Hello, this one is a quick video to talk about butterflies, which is a really easy way to manage your yarn supply. So here we go. So I've got my handy dandy tool here, my hand, and what I'm going to do is just lay the yarn around the back of my thumb here. Next, I'm going to take it underneath my pinky. So I'm making a figure 8, thumb to pinky, to thumb, to pinky, whoops, to thumb, to pinky, to thumb, to pinky, and so on. And there's, everybody has a limit to like how many times you can go around and not get a tangled butterfly. You can see on the edge of my hand, I'm laying these right on top of each other. I mean stacked on top of each other, not actually on top of each other. That is what keeps your yarn from getting tangled. So you don't want to put so many on there that you can't do that. Now I've got my little tail. I'm going to go around this whole cross where I crossed over in my figure 8. So I went around underneath the whole cross. Then I grab up here at the top the place where I started. So let me do that again. Here's my thread. Taking this, going under this whole crossed part, pick it up. So I've gone under that. And then this little loop where I started to go under, I'm going to wrap the yarn through that. And I just cinched it tight. Now I'm going to put that in my fingers and I'm going to do one more knot. So I put it in my fingers, pinch it from underneath, make a loop, and pull that piece through. That is a butterfly. Now, the fun thing about the butterfly is this end that I started as the loose end can just pull out as I go, and I will never have tangled yarn. So let me show you that one more time. It's kind of hard to see sometimes how somebody's hands are doing that. So the first thing is I lay it around my thumb. So my tail is on the outside kind of joint part of my hand, and I've laid it around my thumb. Then I go underneath my pinky and underneath my thumb. And you can see it's just a simple figure 8. When you get fast at this, you can kind of get to the point where you're moving your hand and not moving the yarn. So that's a little fancier, right? But initially just kind of move the yarn around. When you get to the point where you've got about 6 to 8 inches left, you're going to bring it around. Let's see, let's go. I started from over here. Start from the thumb part. Go around the entire cross. And I'm pulling it out from underneath. Then I've got this loop where I started to go around the cross. I pull the yarn through there and cinch it tight. That actually is enough when you've cinched it tight once. If you're going to be using this supply for a while, it's nice to have it more secure. So I bring it up through those fingers, reach underneath, pull that down. Now I've got a loop. Bring this through the loop. This side is nice and secure, and the other side magically pulls out. I'm going to show you one more fun thing about butterflies. You do end up, by the way, with a little knot at the end, so when you get to the very end, just kind of watch that. Okay, so let's say, and just trust me, this is a good thing to know, let's say you need 2 butterflies. When you're starting a new color to do meet and separate, if that doesn't make sense to you yet, don't worry. To do meet and separate, one of the major techniques in tapestry, you always need bobbins or butterflies coming in and going out, and coming in and going out from each other. And to do that, you need 2, not 1. So you may need a double-headed butterfly. So that's a super fun thing. So what we're going to do in a double-headed butterfly is we're going to start at the middle. So here's my ends, and here's roughly the middle. So instead of having that loose end at the very end, we're going to have it in the middle. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just starting in the middle, and I'm going around. And when I've got about enough to do my little thing here. I loop it around the cross, go through this loop, pull tight, up through my fingers, pinch to get a loop, and pull tight. Now I've got a butterfly. Still in the middle here. Here's my other end. Still in the middle here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to make a butterfly out of this end. When I get to where I'm comfortable with the amount of tail, I go around, up through my fingers to create the little loop. And yes, you will absolutely get this fast at it too. So on that last one, you see I created a little loop on the knot, on the slip knot instead. That'll prevent that knot at the end. So here I've got 2 butterflies together. And what that can do is you put it into your warp and then they come back in together at the end on the next pass. We'll demonstrate that in the next video on meet and separate, but for butterflies, here is your 2-headed butterfly.